The macro problem that we were facing at Hilti was really the larger industry changing. The strategy that we had before focused primarily on e-learning courses. There's an engineering set of modules that would take more than 10 hours per course. It's not a natural way for people to learn. We actually did a lot of research with the organization. They wanted learning on the go. So they had to have it mobile friendly. They wanted everything to be extremely relevant to the need they had. They didn't want to hear from people outside of Hilti. They wanted to hear from the Hilti experts. We recognized we absolutely had to change to one that enabled learning in the moment, at the moment of need, no matter where that person happened to be. Added to that, no matter what their language happened to be. So one of the things that we looked at was just how that would affect our onboarding programs. And our traditional course-based learning took anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks, having people physically together, and you're filling them with all the possible information that they could take. By changing this around, we can now onboard people and have them learning little bits of information every day.
One example of how Fuse has reduced the payback time on employee investment is in our sales onboarding program. As an example, in one region, the sales team members averaged 15 plus months to achieve this performance. By redesigning the onboarding program and building on the social learning features of Fuse, that population is now achieving payback in approximately 3 months.
The way we changed our content strategy in order to move from a classroom-based approach to a more informal approach is multifold. One of the ways that we changed was we started building much more videos. Our people said we want to hear from real Hilti people. So we have real Hilti people in the moment creating content, showing how to do things. We don't call Fuse learning, we call it our team brain. It's simply embedded in the way we work at Hilti when I need to do something. With our rollout, we decided that we needed to take a local approach as opposed to global, owning everything and doing it. The reason we chose to go this way was because of the fact that the closer ownership is to the person who's going through that learning journey, the more relevant it is to them, shows that we're democratizing learning. So one of the things that we found from our strategy work was that we absolutely had to put measurements in place. You can't simply say we're going to put learning out there and then never check to see if it's actually changing the performance of the organization. We do learning for the sake of achieving our targets, and we develop our people specifically for that purpose. Having the data analytics available, it helps us with the management teams because we can actually show clear business results, which means no one argues when we need to do more in the L&D field. And that's unusual. Most companies that I talk to, they say everyone's arguing with them. We do not get pushback for L&D initiatives because we can use the data to show that we're making business results. One of the coolest ways we can use the data is it helps us continue to get better. We don't have to guess at what users want or what users will engage with or what's going to make a difference to the business. We just go look, and now we can go through a constant, review and improve cycle, and that allows us to adapt our next set of actions to change the way we're coming to the learners. We sold Fuse internally in a couple of ways. We're in 120 countries, we're in 34 languages, and the complexity of that when you want to roll out anything is quite difficult. One of the features that actually was quite easy for us to sell was the auto transcription and translation on the videos. And this allows us to create content in whatever local language, typically English, and then we can transcribe that video. We can then subtitle that video and make it immediately accessible in all of these languages. That's huge. How we're using Fuse right now is that it has become embedded in the way we work. It has become something that the majority of our employees go to on a daily basis when they need it. The future of Fuse for us is the future of learning at Hilti. It is giving people a voice, giving everybody an opportunity to share their learnings. It's a two-way street. And I think that is the future for us is how can you learn from me? How can I learn from you? And if we can get that right, it'll be incredible.